Severina Ware, CVA. Welcome to the show, and I'll tell you a little bit about Severina. She is the Director of Volunteer Services at National Breast Cancer Foundation in Frisco, Texas. You have some great Tuesday tips we talked about ahead of time. Talk more about knowing your worth, and you said, and add some tax. Maybe add some hassle.
Yes.
I call it a hassle tax if I have to deal with people in a tough way. Doesn't sound like you have to do much hassle tax there, but tell us about knowing your worth and your Tuesday tips on that.
Knowing your worth and adding that tax, it's so important. As a person and a professional, it always just makes sense to be aware of your strengths, your skills, achievements, your contributions to your organization or your industry that you're in. Um, you are the subject matter expert. And why this is important? Because understanding your worth really allows you to demonstrate your competence and your potential. And this gives you that leverage in professional advocacy when you can sit down and say, hey, I've been a CVA for 8 years. Let me tell you why that's important. Let me show you why that sets me apart from other individuals. When you can sit there and say, hey, I've been putting on this volunteer awards for the last 3 years, and we went from giving out 10 awards. And because I've sat down and I've met with other departments and we've created other awards that can apply to different volunteers, now we're up to 15 awards. And now, not only that, it's not just the invite, like now it's not just the awardees and their families that want to come. Because we've created such an amazing community, now we have all the volunteers wanting to come to celebrate their friends, their community as they get awards. So knowing your worth and adding your tax, like I said, it really gives you that ground to stand on to when you go into those conversations, you go into those performance reviews and you're like, hey, let me tell you what I did this year. Let me show you the impact, the skills that I've grown, the achievements, the contributions that the volunteers have made because my team has done X, Y, and Z. It really gives you that leg to stand on to be like, I would love to add an intern to my team. I would love maybe a hybrid situation if you don't have a hybrid situation. I want maybe 1 or 2 days where I can focus at home because you don't just have to ask for more money. It doesn't just have to be that. Knowing your worth doesn't have to just be money. It can be whatever's going to make your job a little easier, a little more simple to
I
help you
love
get by.
I love that tip so much, and it ties into what we're talking about and the rest of our priceless advice that you happen to be in with an organization that already has a great culture, already understands the value of volunteers. Yes, and that tip works if people are not in your same situation, and
Hmm.
that tip is still valuable. And that's what I did. I was in some semi-hostile job situations where there was a lot of politics that I didn't want to participate in, and there was some toxicity, but I was consistently able to say, here's what we're doing in volunteer services, here's the worth, not just dollars and cents and warm bodies, but
Yes.
here's the mission impact, and tying that data together and telling that
Yes.
story of how do you want to communicate not just your worth, but asking for those other kinds of benefits, like you said, like, being a mom, having a kitten and a puppy at home, whatever, like
All of it.
needing reasonable amounts of PTO, not being expected to do 60 or 80 hours of work and getting paid for 40 hours of work, which is way too
Yes.
common in the industry. So I love it. Know your worth and add some tax. Thank you, Severina, for that Tuesday tip.